Hello, I thought I'd wear my bright colours today and try and have a cheer up video, a gentle video with lots of love in it. We all need it, don't we, what we're going through at the moment. So it's just kind of a time for reflecting on a nice lovely weekend, no, a week I had down in Dorset, gosh, about 35 years ago. I'd not long left my husband, so I was in need of a fix. I was very, very depressed, obviously, and I rang somebody up about this week that I'd read about with dancing on the paneurythmy with Master Peter Dunov. Well, with his teachings, and it's very, very expensive for the whole week. And it was offered to me for free, so I was very, very pleased about that. I'm very grateful because I really needed it. So I drove down to Dorset, to this, it's a huge building. It must have been an old school or something in beautiful, beautiful grounds, to have a week's holiday really, with these teachings. Master Peter Dunov is Bulgarian by birth, or he's not alive now, and he teaches in Bulgaria. But he's called the English Master. I don't know why, but his teachings are beautiful and gentle, and he's a member of the Great Brotherhood, so he's very beautiful. But he's very fond of music. He sings and he loves dance, and he's created this dance called paneurythmy, which is dancing on the chakras, and it is very beautiful, very, very gentle and loving. So I was looking forward to this new experience. Gentle new experience, I hoped, and it was everything was in the food and everything, so I was very excited about this. So anyway, off I went, and the dancing, I don't know how it works, but it's something he's created, dancing to open up the chakras, the energy centers. And it was so beautiful, early in the morning, dancing around this huge oak tree, bare feet on the grass and on the dew. Very beautiful. So it was really very interesting, and he was a lovely teacher. Well, he is a lovely teacher. I think he's written lots of books. But I really wanted to say about an experience I had at the seaside. I feel quite emotional this morning. I think it's all the stuff that's going on is affecting us very profoundly, whether we realise it or not. And I think I'm that's why I'm doing this, to cheer you all up, but I don't know what's going to cheer you all up. Anyway, it's a little story, and it's a gentle story. So I was feeling pretty sort of fed up, and I thought, I'm very odd actually. Even though I'm with lots of people, I like to be on my own. So I got this conflict about being with people and being on my own, but I do have the best times on my own. And Maraji says that, the Master Maraji, that your best friend is the one that's left when everyone's gone home. And I think it's true. I've had my best times on my own. Anyway, I digress. So I took off in my GTI, which I had then, and it was near Wimborne in Dorset. Beautiful seaside place, and it was a very, 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 very hot week. So I was only wearing shorts and a little top, and I got to the seaside. I'd taken a pack up with me, and the beach was packed, of course. The sea was in, and the sun was shining. You know how it is on a really hot day. The sun's shining on the sea, and I thought, I've just got to get into that water. I've got to get into it. So I thought, who cares? I've got my clothes on. So I just left the stuff on the beach and wandered into the sea in a kind of outer space mode, and I went right in up to my neck, and I could feel, the sea lifting me, and it was really very warm actually. And at that moment, I expect we've all had these mystical moments. That's one of those moments I just felt the peace and the joy that was just filling me, and I thought, do you know, at that moment I could have willingly have gone. I could have just let go and gone, but obviously it wouldn't have been very easy because I would have been struggling for air and I would have drowned. But the feeling I had then was to be totally at one with the sea, at one with everything, and just to float off. So that was very beautiful, very beautiful. Anyway, we had these teachings from the Master, beautiful deep stuff that I didn't join in with very much. I don't know why, but the pentagram and all that. He's written lots of lovely books, and it's very interesting to know all this stuff, and I don't seem to know much about it. But anyway, this is what we did, this teachings. And so I sometimes sat in, sometimes I not, but we did have a lovely, this dancing was beautiful, made lots of new friends. And the other experience I had was with a musical time. And one afternoon, a lady called Maria, she played the violin, and was obviously part of this group that came over from Bulgaria. Beautiful music. She just played it beautifully, and we all sat and listened. And the person who, well, I think she actually read out from a book, or she said from a book, she said, and it was through the Master Peter, she said, and he created the suns and the stars just for you. I just burst into tears because I'm a star person. Actually, my soul name is Sister of the Stars, so the stars is my thing. That's my home. And when she read this out or said this, it was just I was sobbing. It was such a beautiful, loving thing to say. He created the suns and stars just for you, but of course it meant for everybody. But it was relating to me at the time, and it was just a beautiful thing. And we just sat and absorbed these lovely words and the music. And then somebody else said, the only love is the love of God. The love of God is all there is. And I say that sometimes when I get, really frustrated and down, and that's so true. At the moment, with all this going on, we need to sort of remember our heritage, and I do believe that this particular situation is to teach us something. It's a positive thing in a way, that something is happening to wake people up. Bringing out all the fears and all the upsets and everything else. But the only love is the love of God. Love of God is all there is, and it's a beautiful thing to say. I'm getting a bit flummoxed this morning. I don't know why. I think probably. Oh, I wanted to tell you as well about. That's right. After I moved here, and that was a good 30 years after that event, that I was feeling particularly lost inside, like we do sometimes. And I know, obviously I was in touch with Master Peter because I've been to one of his sessions, and I read his books and things, and he was like in my mind, in my heart, and he said, just fall into me. And I don't know why, but I knew what that meant. I just had to sort of really relax, and he was going to absorb my energy, catch me, whatever, just fall into me. Wasn't that a beautiful thing to say? And after that, I began to feel a bit as though there was somebody looking after me. And this human side of me needs a lot of reassurance, And so that was very special to me. That was really lovely. So I think on that note, I don't know. I make notes, and of course when I'm doing this I get into a different space, so I can't read the notes. So I hope I've mentioned everything. It was just a heartwarming story, really. And when I finish, I think, oh, I wish I'd said that. But on a more of a light-hearted note, I went supermarketing yesterday, and I was shocked. To be honest, quite shocked. I won't go into the details, but I don't understand where people are at with this particular thing. I mean, they've all got our own reasons, obviously, and I'm used to living on my own very quietly with very little. And of course, being a war baby, I'm very used to doing without much food as well. I can live on very little, because in those days you just didn't have it. And of course, the older people like me have been through all this before. During the war years, you couldn't shop. There were no supermarkets, no kind of shops per se. You couldn't get fruit. You couldn't get this. So it's like a familiar scene for me. I've been there before, so I know. I've got a good cupboard, I've got a good stock cupboard, I know how to manage on very little. And on a rather humorous note, we didn't have toilet paper. There was a woman in the shop yesterday, I can't imagine, she was an older lady, and I felt like saying, what are you going to do with all that stuff, So, and I was probably a bit older than her, and I thought, no, we used to bits of paper and stuff straight on string. Anyway, I won't go down that road, because we just had a lovely story, a heartwarming story, which I hope you will enjoy. And I've got to think, I think for next week, I should be running out of stories soon. I possibly won't. There'll always be a story to tell, won't there? So do take care of yourselves, and please don't interfere. That's what this is about. I think I've got the book. Have you read the Pleiadians, Bringers of the Dawn? That's a very good book to read. I haven't got the front cover because I lent it out to people so many times. Bringers of the Dawn. I've lent it out and it's very tattered and torn, corners turned down. This is my Bible. The Pleiadians, this is 20 years ago. They prophesied all this happening, and it's all for a reason. I do think it's for a reason. It's to wake people up, to make them realise just what they're doing, and it's difficult, I know, but that's the way I see it. So it's not to get interfered, because we will be looked after. We're always looked after. It's just a process that we're going through. So take care of yourselves, and God bless for now. Love you lots. Bye-bye.